JinkoSolar has been rising to the tops since we've started the operations back in 2006. So we're a young company, 12 years old company. So for the third consecutive year now, we're the biggest PV supplier in the world. And what I'm particularly proud to say is that also we are the biggest player in Middle East and Africa, and Middle East and North Africa in particular. So we've started the business here at around 7 years ago. So we started with localizing our team, okay, and we pretty much made our way up to having around 30% plus market share in the region in terms of the installed base. So, and that's something across the distributed generation projects as well as the large-scale utility projects. Solar industry is young, so there are hardly any manufacturers outside of the the likes of Sharp and Panasonic, who have been around for more than 20 or 30 years. So what has been important since the beginning, as I mentioned, is our think regional approach, because we wanted to speak the language the customers speak. We wanted to be there at the beginning and educate the market, walk together, basically paving the way towards the solar deployment while the regulations have been in the process, etc. So, and that has helped us to grow together with the clients and grow our customer base in the region. Apart from that, also what we have done is that we have customized our product to specific harsh environments in the region to ensure the optimal performance of our panels with the high temperature, high humidity conditions. Well, that's been an exciting journey. It's in fact, once connected, it's going to be the largest single project in the world. And we have, for Jinko, it's obviously a huge milestone because we have two hats in this project. We are the co-sponsor together with Marubeni, and at the same time we are the module supplier. So this project is significant for us also in terms of that we are deploying our relatively newer technology such as mono-PERC in the project, because again we feel comfortable as well as the sponsors, the lenders, the technical advisors felt comfortable using that specific technology in the project to ensure that it's there to stay and maximize the output of the plants. Okay, we're actually happy. We are, as a part of our regionalized approach, we're working together with the government, regulating authorities, stakeholders, utility companies, etc., to also educate them as to where the industry is right now and where the industry is going. Because for us, again, it doesn't matter who steps in. Is it us or it's one of our competitors? What's important is what kind of footprint solar will leave. So if there is, let's say, a low-quality supplier who's stepping in, the reputation of solar is going to be ruined or at least cracked. So that's why we're actually happy to see that the governments are in learning from the experiences of other countries in order to standardize the processes, in order to put the bar, as far as the quality control is concerned, high enough in terms of the track record that basically all the parts of the, all the components of the plant, be it the EPCM, be it module, be it inverter manufacturer structure, cabling, etc., has already a track record and will ensure the lifetime of the project. So we've seen them pretty much across the region stepping up and establishing a very high level quality standards. So is in any other markets in the world. So we're quite happy to see that, because also this way we are more often than not we are always playing together with our peers of the similar league, which we like to do, obviously. It's important for the industry. It's important that solar is also creating a certain reputation, a consistent reputation, consistent performance, so that we can deploy more and expand the markets. Cheetah is a product which we have launched at SNEC show in China in April 2018. It's a new product, but I would not call it as a new generation product because it's essentially the same mono-PERC panel which uses a slightly larger cell. So for example, if we take the 72 cells panel, which is roughly 2 by 1, 2 meters by 1 meter, so instead of your regular 330, 335 watt output for polycrystalline product, you would get 380, 385, up to 410 watt per panel if you're using Cheetah panel. So just to give you a reference that the mono-PERC standard, which has become a mainstream over the past 1.5 years as well, is giving you at the moment at around 370 watt per panel. So this way we're talking about a significant increase in terms of how much energy you can generate with one panel at the marginal price increase. Actually, Middle East and North Africa has been lately responsible for one of the lowest tariffs LCOEs in the solar PV auctions. So, and that has become a trendsetter. So obviously, in order to be a part of that game, so Jinko also needs to sharpen the pencil in terms of maximizing the efficiency of the product to ensure that it increases the IRR on the projects and it decreases the LCOE. In fact, as you know, right now, solar and wind have become the cheapest sources of power out there. As far in terms of the new generation. So that's as far as the utility scale. So for the utility scale, we need to make sure that we're putting the highest efficiency, the most competitively priced product there. And another very important segment for us, which has a very, I would say, unlimited potential, is the distributed generation. Number one, it's your commercial industrial space, right? So these are the bigger rooftops. Apart from also, we've seen right now in Dubai a successful rollout of Shams Dubai, which you see the program is increasingly, basically the installed base has been increasing quite a bit. And apart, also we are seeing not specifically maybe in GCC area, but rather in Africa. So we'll also see on the bottom of the pyramid the electrification initiatives through either, well, as far as the renewable energy is concerned, it's coming through the mini grids and microgrids. So it's quite big, especially in East and West Africa, where still a big portion of the people are living without the access to the electricity. So we're also focusing on those markets as well, because those markets are not necessarily looking into the kilowatt hours, but rather, they are very capex conscious. So they need to ensure that the initial investment is not heavy enough for them to be able to afford the technology. So, and that's basically, when we are looking into the market, we're always looking into the key countries, key markets, understanding the fundamentals and as to how we can play which product, whom we need to work with, also in terms of the stakeholders, okay, who we need to educate, do we need to talk to the end users, do we need to train the installers, okay, maybe we can bring some case studies from other markets which are already ahead. So this way we're trying to create the market expectations and help markets grow.